on white sheets, only to wake up on the Japanese flag. So one day in your life, you wake up to find that blood has ruined your underwear, your PJs, and your bed sheets. You're not really sure if somebody butchered rabbits near your nether regions, or if you're slowly bleeding to death. Of course, a lot of us have already been informed by this point in our lives what's happening to our body. Still, most of us start screaming at the sight of a murder scene happening in our pants. Congratulations, you're a woman! Now, I'm sure that a lot of you guys are thinking that this title's a bit over-dramatic. But let's try breaking this video's title down a little bit. A period is a female getting rid of an egg that, had it been fertilized, would have been a baby. So basically, a female is getting rid of an unborn child in a very bloody fashion. So connect the pieces together and it sounds a lot like a sacrifice to Satan. Congratulations, lady, you're sacrificing your unborn child to Satan. Keep up the good work. Add on to the fact that it is a bloody Niagara Falls down there, and you have Satan's Sacrificial Waterfall. Now, one of the major issues that I have is that girls aren't women until they have their first period. Some of us had our first period when we were 9, and then you have some of those girls that don't have their first period until late in their teenhood. So you have 16-year-olds that can drive, but they're not women yet. Really, this whole have a period, you're a woman thing is cramping my style. Speaking of things that cramp my style, there are a lot of issues that come with having your period. Like, you guessed it, cramps. Of course, there are a lot of bright sides to having cramps. For example, it makes you a really good break dancer. Don't believe me? Check this out.
The last thing that I do is bring you down, I'll bleed out for you.
You are also keenly aware of the existence of your uterus, which is good, I guess, because you can never be so sure if it's there or not. Look, I'm following a script I wrote at 2 o'clock in the morning. Please, don't judge too harshly. And let us not forget the joy of having a cramp when you are in public. I want to kill you. And you. And you. Honestly, cramps are one of the worst things about having your period. They are even more unexpected than your period itself. And it feels like someone is sitting there reading out your uterus, which is apparently almost literally what is actually happening. So, yay! Heavy flow! Which, of course, leads to the question, how do you mop up bloody Niagara Falls? Imagine standing in your local store, looking at a wall of things labeled feminine hygiene, which, if your store is smart, will be between the cleaning aisle and the candy aisle. The first thing you have to do is make a choice. Do you want pads or tampons? Pads, you have to worry about leaking out around the pad. Do you get those really thick pads that make it hard to sit down, or do you get the pads that are as thin as a sheet of paper? And say you do get pads, do you get long or short? Do you get the ones with wings or the ones without? There's so many choices. And honestly, you have no way of knowing how absorbent any of them are until you've actually tested them, which the testing part kind of sucks. I hope you're not too attached to your underwear. And of course, all pads promise 8 hours of protection, but for how heavy a flow? Or, of course, you could get tampons, but then you have a whole other series of issues to contemplate. Do you get the small ones? Do you get the big ones? What brand do you get? And do you really want to try to insert something down there, fighting a current? Like I said, bloody Niagara Falls. And when it comes time to change your tampon, especially if you get one that's a little bit too big, toxic poisoning is almost worth it. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too many of the bloody details with that. I think you catch my flow. Once you've gotten over the wall of womanhood, it is time to go and check out. And of course, the only register that's open is the one with the cute boy that happens to also go to your school. Yeah, the entire checkout session is spent just trying really hard not to make eye contact. I just need to buy these. They're not for me. They're for my sister. Yeah, my sister.
Would you like a bag for these? Okay, you total.
Here's 50, please. Keep the change. Thanks. Bye.
Lady, you forgot your pads.
And then there's the dreaded moment for every teenage girl. When you're in public and you have to change your pad or your tampon. You go into the bathroom equipped with your defensive systems and there's a line. So you have to sit in the bathroom and wait for a stall to open up the entire time, hoping and praying that you don't leak out into your pants. If you have any common knowledge, luckily you won't be wearing anything white. And if you decided to wear something white, may God have mercy on your soul. So you finally make it into the stall, and then you have a choice. Either you can unwrap the pad or the tampon quickly and let everyone within a 100-foot radius know that you and you alone are on your period. Or you can take your time and unwrap it really slowly. It'll be nice and quiet. But after a few minutes, everyone will simply assume that you're taking a dump. Pick your poison. It's a lose-lose situation. Or maybe, like so many girls before you, you're not so lucky. Maybe you don't make it to the bathroom in time. You don't realize that you're leaking out over your pad. And it starts leaking through your underwear, through your pants, onto whatever surface you're sitting on. Of course, that will be the day that you're sitting on your friend's white couch. I'm not even joking, it will likely be a white couch. Mother Nature loves women that way. Stand up, and you see the blood on the couch. There's no hiding it now. You can try to wash it, cover it, but it's too late. Damage has been done. They know. They all know. Then you have the hormones. The lovely, classic hormones. 1 minute you are just fine. The next you want to kill everyone in sight. And the next you are laughing at the end of Marley and Me. What is wrong with you? I don't know. I have a little disclaimer to all the guys that may be watching, especially up to this point. Just because a girl is angry or upset with you, does not mean that she is on her period. Unless you have actual proof that she is experiencing a sacrificial waterfall in her pants, never assume that a girl is on her period. Otherwise, if you upset her enough, tonight when you're sleeping, she may just assume that you're dead and bury you in the backyard. Capiche? Then you have all the little details of your period, like craving unhealthy foods like chips and Nutella, hating yourself after fulfilling those cravings, and then eating more food to kind of fill in that void because you hate yourself, and, well, there's that cycle right there. Every morning, you look in the toilet. Welcome by Hawaiian Punch. On the third day, you sneeze. And they all say that it lasts 3 to 7 days. And you're always the lucky one that gets to experience all 7 days. I'm sure that there are some of you that are thinking,
It's not such a big deal. Get over yourself. Make me a sandwich.
for those of you who are wondering what it feels like, how about we stab you in the back, say about 100 times with a dull knife, let you bleed out for a couple hours, give you one Band-Aid, tell you not to bleed over your clothing, don't tell anyone what's happening, and act like everything is perfectly fine. Just go through your daily routine. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Is nothing, and I mean nothing, compared to the panic of missing a period. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do with your life. Every girl who has ever missed a period has been worried that she is pregnant. Yes, some of us think that we might be carrying a baby Jesus. That Mary chick, seriously, freaked us out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch Mean Girls and cry. Leave your period stories or rants in the comments below. If you like this video, then well, like it. If you want to see more videos from me, which we all know that you do, hit that subscribe button. I post a new video every Wednesday. You go, Glen Coco! You the man. You the man, Glen. You the man.